We're talking about emotions, and if you're in a board situation, you're CEO, CFO, you start talking about emotions. They're like, oh, what are you doing? You're not a fluffy marketer, blah, 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 right? The usual kind of stereotype. Because you're working for System 1, which I've been following for a long time, and that's a lot around pre-testing, if I got that right, yes?
Yeah. It's a really cool thing, actually. I mean, it's based on, as you'll know, Daniel Kahneman's Thinking Fast, Thinking Slow, the idea that most of our decisions are made, intuitively rather than rationally, and we tend to retrospectively justify the decision we made. I mean, the great Rory Sutherland, a brilliant man, but he said, if System 1 is the Oval Office, System 2 is the press office. And I think that's quite a clever way of looking at it, because, we like to tell people how smart we are and what a sensible decision we've just made, when in fact it's completely irrational. But, I mean, System 1's very clever because what we're able to do is basically just measure emotion and the intensity of emotion and the reasons why people feel the way they do about something. My colleague Orlando and his labs team have spent 15 years looking at market share data, and looking at business effects for, as a result of campaigns. And they noticed a very, very strong correlation between the kinds of emotion, the intensity of emotion, and long-term business effects. So we've kind of basically reverse engineered the prediction model based on that. And it's funny because it's your distribution curve you just sent me in LinkedIn. It's a way of doing the 1%. That if you then go into if you then try and build the MMM and the complexity in the middle, you end up reversing back into, wow, we could have saved ourselves some time and just done this, asked this one question. The model we use is called fame, feeling, and fluency. So have you heard of the person? What kind of feeling does the person evoke? And what do how easily does the person come to mind? We call it fluent devices. So